The sun was still low, spilling a golden haze over the cracked asphalt of Route 9. The air smelled of gasoline, dust, and coffee from a diner down the road. Outside the ironclad bar, a row of motorcycles gleamed like sleeping beasts, chrome catching the morning light. The only sounds were the occasional creak of a bike's kickstand and the faint echo of laughter from inside, where the ironclad riders were finishing breakfast and bad jokes before another long ride. Then came the sound that didn't belong there, a scream, high, sharp, and terrified. Every head turned. The screen door slammed open. A small girl, no older than 8, ran barefoot across the road, her red hoodie flapping behind her like a torn flag. Her cheeks were wet, eyes wild, breathing ragged as she stumbled onto the gravel in front of the bikers. "Please, help me," she cried, her voice breaking. "He's coming." The laughter inside died instantly. The biggest of them, Tank, a bald man with arms like tree trunks and a beard thick as wire, stood up from his stool and stepped into the sunlight. His leather vest bore the patch ironclad vice president. Behind him followed Raven, with braided black hair and eyes that could cut through glass, and Ghost, younger, tattooed to the knuckles, carrying a phone in one hand. They looked down at the girl, their shadows swallowing her tiny frame. "Whoa, hey," Tank said, kneeling on one knee. "Slow down, sweetheart, what's going on?" Before she could answer, the bikers saw him. Down the street, a man stumbling, clothes torn, blood staining his shirt. He walked with uneven steps, hair falling over his face. The girl turned, saw him, and screamed again. "That's him! Please, don't let him take me!" Raven's hand went to the knife on her belt. Ghost muttered, "What the hell?" while Tank stood and motioned the others back. "Inside," Tank said quietly. "Get her safe." They ushered the girl toward the door. She clung to Tank's leather vest, sobbing into the patch that read, "Ironclad." He could feel her tiny fingers trembling through the fabric. For a moment, something in him, something buried deep under years of scars and silence, shifted. "Lock it," he ordered once she was inside. Then he turned toward the man walking closer. Dust rose around the stranger's boots. His face was pale, lips split. He looked half dead. Tank stepped forward. "You lost, brother?" The man lifted his head slowly, eyes red-rimmed, unfocused. Please, my daughter," he croaked. "She ran. I just need to—" "She says you hurt her," Raven cut in, stepping to Tank's side. The man froze, staring past them at the bar's door. "No, I didn't hurt her. She's all I have." Tank's jaw tightened. "That right? 'Cause she's scared out of her damn mind." Before we continue, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. It really helps us bring you more heartfelt stories like this one. Inside, the girl sat on a bar stool, clutching a mug of water with both hands. The other bikers, Diesel and Cruz, kept a protective distance, exchanging silent looks. The neon sign above the counter flickered, throwing soft blue light across the girl's tear-streaked face. "What's your name, sweetheart?" Cruz asked gently. "Lila," she whispered. "You hungry, Lila?" Diesel offered a plate of fries someone hadn't finished. She hesitated, then nodded. Her small fingers trembled as she picked one up. Outside, Tank stood like a wall in the road. The man kept his hands visible, palms open. "She's my daughter," he said again, voice raw. "Please, I just want to talk to her." Tank studied him. The shaking hands, the hollow eyes, the cuts on his arms. There was pain there, but not the kind born from cruelty. More like desperation. Still, Tank's instinct said keep him back. Raven muttered, "He's high, look at him." But Ghost, holding his phone ready to dial 911, hesitated. "You think maybe he ain't lying?" Tank didn't answer. His mind flashed, years ago, a little boy crying as he watched a police car take Tank's brother away. A kid's face pressed to the glass, helpless. Tank had been that kid once. He exhaled slowly. "Raven, stay sharp. Ghost, keep that phone ready. I'll talk." He approached the man. "What happened to her?" The man blinked against the sunlight. "We were driving. I stopped to get gas. I went inside for a minute, just one damn minute, and when I came back, she was gone. I ran after her. She must have thought—" His voice cracked. "She must have thought I was someone else." Tank frowned. "She said you scared her." The man's eyes filled with tears. "I didn't mean to. She's been scared of everything since her mother died. I'm not good at this. I lose my temper sometimes, but I'd never hurt her. Inside the bar, Lila stared at the window. Through the glass, she could see the outline of her father standing there, dirty, broken, pleading. Her heart twisted. She remembered the fight, the shouting in the car, the bottle that had fallen and shattered. She'd thought he was drunk again. She'd run before he could explain. Diesel crouched beside her. "That your dad, kid?" Her lips trembled. She nodded slowly. He sighed. "You want to go talk to him?" "I'm scared," she whispered. "Yeah," Diesel said softly. "Sometimes we're all scared, but you can't stay scared forever." Outside, the air hung heavy. The man fell to his knees. "Please, just let me see her." Tank looked back toward the bar, then at Raven. Her hand relaxed slightly on her knife. Ghost pocketed his phone. Tank motioned, "Bring the kid out." Inside, Diesel knelt beside Lila. "You okay, sweetheart? You don't have to go if you don't want to." She looked up at him, then toward the door. "He's my dad," she said. "He used to make pancakes shaped like hearts." Diesel smiled faintly. "Sounds like a good man who's trying to be better." She took a shaky breath and slid off the stool. Diesel held her hand as they walked out into the sunlight. The street fell silent. The girl stopped halfway, between the bar and her father. The wind brushed her hair across her face. Her father stood frozen, afraid to move. "Lila," he whispered. She hesitated, then took one small step forward, then another, and then she was running. She collided into his arms, sobbing into his chest. He dropped to his knees, holding her like something fragile that could disappear any moment. Tank looked away, blinking against the sting in his eyes. The biker stood there, watching in silence as father and daughter clung to each other under the wide, forgiving sky. After a long minute, Tank cleared his throat. "You got a car somewhere?" The man nodded weakly. "Down the road. I didn't know where she'd gone." Tank nodded. "Take her home. Get cleaned up. And maybe get yourself some help, yeah?" The man nodded again, tears streaking through the dirt on his face. "Thank you. I didn't expect people like you to..." Tank smirked faintly. "Yeah, we get that a lot," Raven chuckled, crossing her arms. "Get moving before I change my mind." Lila looked up at Tank and whispered, "Thank you." He bent down, his gravelly voice softer now. "You ever need a place to stop? Ironclad's got a seat for you." They watched as the man lifted his daughter and started walking back down the road, the sun dipping lower behind them. The sound of engines and wind filled the quiet. Ghost lit a cigarette and muttered, "Didn't see that one coming." Tank grunted. "World's got enough people looking the other way. We don't gotta be one of them." He looked up at the fading light, the neon ironclad sign flickering back to life as dusk settled. Raven nudged him. "You ever think about your brother?" Tank didn't answer right away. His eyes followed the road where the man and girl had disappeared. "Every damn day," he said quietly. "Maybe this time, I got it right." If this story has touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your support helps us keep sharing stories that remind us of the power of kindness. Later that night, the bar was quiet. Only the soft hum of the jukebox filled the room. The bikers sat around a table, the weight of what had happened still hanging in the air. Ghost finally broke the silence. "You think she's okay?" Tank nodded slowly. "She's got her dad, that's something." Raven leaned back. "World's a mess. But sometimes even the roughest people do something right." Tank looked at the photo taped behind the bar. A younger version of him and his brother, smiling beside their first bike. He reached out, touched the corner of it. Outside, the night was still. The same road stretched empty now, the sign above the door glowing faintly red in the dark. The ironclad riders sat there, quiet and content, the kind of silence that comes after doing something good, something that might just matter. And out there, somewhere under the same stars, a little girl slept in her father's arms, safe at last. Sometimes angels don't wear wings. Sometimes they wear leather, and they ride.